Hi there, this is Stephanie Treasure, and welcome to this live stream. It's another Tuesday in my neck of the woods, being the Facebook group where you're possibly watching this, the Passionate, Purposeful, and Powerful Entrepreneurs, or my Facebook page, Stephanie Treasure Online Marketing Strategist, or my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Stephanie Treasure. And today we are doing, or I am hosting rather, a new live stream titled Next Level Power Moves. So that's the theme of the live stream. Specific title is to step into your leadership. So as you join me, please let me know that you're here. Go ahead and comment below and let me know where you're logging in from and share with me what you do. I'd love to hear the kind of businesses represented here, the persons represented. So go ahead and comment below and share where you're logging in from and what you do. You won't see this on the replay, but there is a thing that I normally have to do, a setting. Hey there, Lynn, thank you so much for joining me. There's a setting that I normally have to adjust in the Facebook group because for some reason, Facebook shows the live stream as a listing, some kind of a sale format listing, which doesn't show the video of the live stream. So I've been having to manually go in and fix that in order for the live stream to be seen in the group. Okay, looks like it's actually not doing that default setting today. Okay, great. Thank you for joining me, Lynn. Great to see you. And I did get your email this morning. Thank you. All right. So I can be seen and heard in the Facebook group. So everything is okay there. Thank you. So today, as I mentioned, we're talking about next level power moves, where I'm going to be sharing with you how to step into your leadership. And this is something that I like to speak about. It kind of relates to what you may have heard me speak about before as it relates to stepping into your role as a CEO. And I recently conducted a masterclass, which the replay is here in the Facebook group. You can watch that up until Wednesday, tomorrow the 30th. It was the culmination of a 5-day challenge experience that I hosted. And during the masterclass, I spoke about what it will take to be able to double your income and be fully booked in 90 days. And one of those things that I shared is to step into your role as a CEO. So what I want to do in this live stream is rather expand on what I mean there to step into your role as a CEO and focus it more on stepping into your role as a leader or stepping into your leadership role as a CEO, as the captain of your ship, as the owner of your business, as the person that is responsible for steering it towards success, making sure that your contractors feel safe and secure, knowing that you're doing your best to bring in clients and to keep the business afloat and to have the business thrive as you continue to grow, right? So I'm going to be sharing that in today's live stream. So I invite you to stick around because I'm going to be sharing with you seven things, 7 ways that you can kind of do an audit of how you're showing up in these various categories, if you will, to see if you're truly owning your role as a leader. And if not, to be aware of these things and see what you can do to make those necessary shifts to turn things around, to truly own your role in those areas as leader and be fully equipped to steer your ship along the journey towards where you're headed in your business. So again, as you join me, let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're logging in from. And as I go through, if there's anything that resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you as well. Let me go ahead and check to see if there's any new comments. Okay. All right, so let's dive in, right? I have my handy dandy notes here on the screen, so let's jump into today's live stream. So, as I mentioned before, as a small business owner, you're in charge, right? If you have a team, they're looking to you. They're looking to you to bring in the business, to get the bills paid, and to get them paid, right? Your clients are looking at you, looking up at you, looking at how you walk your talk, if you're walking your talk, right? There's many eyes on you as a leader. And even just for yourself, even if you didn't have a team, or if you had a team but you're not really focused, or you're just trying to focus on growing your business, you want to do the best that you can to give your business the support and the legs it needs for that entity to do well, right? A lot of times we personalize it to say I want to do well, but you're running an entity right here, and you need to give it the support that it needs, the team support, the software support, the promotional support, the marketing support, the business system support that it needs to be successful, right? And some of the things that I think, or that I've seen, hold some business owners back, that is kind of the symptom that shows that they're not owning their role as CEO. They're not stepping into that role or owning that role as a leader, are the following, right? One is that I see where business owners play the victim to circumstances or challenges in their business, right? They play the victim to say, oh, it's because nobody's responding to my emails, or I'm doing all the things, I'm doing everything right, but nobody's taking my call to action, nobody's signing up for my list, nobody's signing up for my challenge, nobody's signing up for my webinar. It's because our business doesn't have enough money, so we can't advertise, so that's why it's not successful. You play victim to those circumstances, seeming giving your circumstances or challenges the power, as if to say, it's because of these things outside of my control why things are the way they are in my business. It's because of those things why I'm not making the money that I'd like to make, why the reason that I'm not bringing on clients, because of those other things outside of me, beyond my control, why things are the way they are, right? And you get into that victim mindset. And let me just, I should have prefaced this. This is not to point the finger at anyone. This is not to put you down. This is to just own, because I've been in this position as well. I've played victim. I've said, people are just not opening my emails. My emails are spectacular. They are, the calls to action are great. My freebies are magnificent. Nobody's signing up for them. Nobody's taking my call to action. I give and give and give on my free calls, but nobody's signing up. Why aren't they signing up? Or when they do sign up, why aren't they signing up for my programs, right? So I've been in that position too. So it's not to point fingers. It's just to bring some awareness to some of the ways, like I said, that we give up our power, give away our leadership, and things don't really go forward the way that they should, or the way that they can whenever we do that, right? Because we're not acting in our role rightfully as CEO of our business, right? So that's one thing that I see hold business owners back, where they play victim to their circumstances or challenges in their businesses. Another characteristic is that they get bogged down by so many aspects of the business, even outside of the core business of serving clients, that they resemble an employee of the business. Again, I've done that, right? I've done all the things that I can and should be delegating, instead of delegating others to do it. And I heard an entrepreneur, a colleague, say on another talk some years ago, that whenever you do the things that you can delegate, so let's just say one of the things that you do is admin work, repetitive email responses, or upkeeping spreadsheets or recording stats, right? Which can be delegated to someone. Whenever you're doing it, it's as if you're paying yourself the whatever you would have paid. So let's just say, on average, say you could hire a VEA for $15 an hour, right? And let's just say your rate, if you were to break down your retainer or coaching package, let's just say it worked out to, just for argument's sake, let's just say it was $50 an hour. If you're doing the work that you should be delegating to a VA at, say, $15 an hour, it's as if you're paying yourself that $15 an hour instead of what you should be earning, which is $50 an hour, because the time that you spend doing that work, you could be working on your marketing and sales, bringing in clients and getting paid that $50 per hour that you deserve, right? So that's the second thing that I see that hold business owners back. The third is being afraid to make and own business decisions, right? And I find that to be more so when I deal with clients who are solopreneurs. They don't have a partner and they are having to make all these decisions by themselves, right? So you agonize over decisions, you think about it, you put it off, you do this, you do that. And a true CEO makes quick decisions. And when they make a decision, they stand by those decisions and make them work as best as possible. If it turns out to be not the best course of action, they own it, and then they equip themselves with that knowledge to make a better decision in a similar situation later on, right? But what I see hold business owners back is they're afraid to make and own the business decisions that sometimes are tough ones to make. Making a big investment, whether in coaching or advertising or big software, or attending events, live events where you have to pay for room and board plus the event itself over a course of days plus travel, right? I see too many business owners agonizing over those decisions, eventually not making them or delaying them for too long out of fear, right? The fourth thing I see holding business owners back from stepping into their leadership is being short-sighted, right? Thinking of the now, thinking of immediate term, of short term, and not thinking of goals in the longer term, which major business decisions, major business goals, major business endeavors are usually long-term commitments. Some things take months before they see some kind of return, see some kind of before they bear fruit, right? I think I gave this example on a live stream last week where I shared that if you are a business owner that's looking, let's just say you own the brick and mortar, and it's a brick and mortar that sees traffic of, say, 400 to 500 people per day, right? And you've calculated everything, and you know what that means in terms of customer value and profits. And you're looking to up level and be at a point where you can double that to bring in traffic of 1,000 per day. Your current facility can't facilitate that. Current staff can't facilitate that. So it would mean an upgrade, right? In order to be able to get that return, it would mean an upgrade that would cause you to have to spend on a new facility, additional staff, additional equipment, and many other things before the traffic came, before the revenue came, before the return on investment came. But in order to achieve that growth, it takes long-term thinking, knowing that, okay, for the first possibly 2 years, we're going to be at break even until we can realize, because it's still a good investment. It's just that you're not going to realize the profits from that investment, because you're probably going to have to take a loan and pay back those loans. You're not going to realize that income until maybe 2 or 3 years or more down the line, right? Online business space, a little bit forgiving, right? Not so, we don't have to invest in, new warehouse facilities or equipment and things like that. But we still have to think from that standpoint, right? An investment that you make now in whether it's coaching, in software, in advertising, in team, you may not, while those things are good to have and will move your business forward, you may not see the return on that until months down the line, even a year down the line. But these are the kinds of decisions, this is the kind of long-term vision and thinking that you need to embrace as the leader of your business. All right? So today I want to challenge you to step into your role as leader and CEO of your business in a real and very strong and intentional way, right? The sooner you get and act on this principle, the better. So here are a few traits of a good leader that I've shared here before in the written form. You may have seen it or you may have heard me speak about these. But these are a few traits that I want to share with you that will help you to grow and grow a strong and profitable business entity as a leader and CEO of that entity when you really embrace or learn to adopt these traits and have them become your new normal, right? And it's not going to be an overnight change, and that's fine. But it starts first with awareness of where you might be holding yourself back, and then a plan of how you're going to move towards that new normal. And even that is a journey, right? So don't um, beat yourself up as I say these if you feel that you're not measuring up, right? As long as you're aware and you are willing to change and you're going to work on that change, right? And know that it is a journey, right? Not a destination. So, number one quality, these are the 7 qualities that I'm going to share of a good leader, right? Of how to really step into your leadership. Number one is courage, right? Having courage to face challenges in your business head on, being solution focused and logical, knowing that every problem has a solution, right? And even saying the word courage, right? I can share with you that sometimes it's not necessarily having the courage. It could be having the fear, feeling the fear, and acknowledging the fear, but doing it anyway. And you would have seen quotes to that effect many times, right? Feeling the fear, but doing it anyway. So even if you don't develop that courage, it's knowing that you have to face your business challenges head on, be solution focused with your problems, be afraid of the outcome, but knowing that, look, this is something that I need to do. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to rip off the band-aid, do what it takes, show up and see this challenge through. Even if you see it through in fear, you're going to see it through anyway. And you're going to find yourself as you work that muscle that the fear may diminish, or you handle the fear better and better each time as you just get used to it. That, yeah, sometimes I have to make tough decisions, do hard things, but I'm not afraid to do the hard things. I'm going to do them anyway. Right? Does that make sense? Go ahead and comment below as I go through these 7 traits and let me know if they're resonating with you. I didn't quite cut it. It's just shrunken. Somebody on Facebook asked, I can't see your, this is how it shows up for me. Unless you give StreamYard permission to, okay, it's Veroni. Hi, long time. How are you? I can see it when I switched over to the Facebook group, because right now I'm streaming through StreamYard, the StreamYard app. I'm simultaneously streaming on Facebook, my Facebook group, Facebook page, and YouTube. Okay, thank you. So as I'm going through anything that resonates with you, go ahead and comment and let me know, right? Lynn says, yes, fearless. All right. So here is the second trait, right? That you need to check in on to help you to step into your leadership more, right? And that is creativity. Being able to think of different ways to solve your challenges, right? Whatever challenges you're facing in your business right now can be solved with clear and creative thinking, right? The thing when it comes with creativity, though, is that when we are stuck, alone, letting fear get the better of us, it stifles that creativity. right? Because all you can think about is the desperation of your situation, right? Um, all you can think about is what led to where you are right now, mire in the what seems like the hopelessness of your situation, and it stifles the creativity that you need to get yourself, from stuck to unstuck, and to come out of the doldrums of whatever the challenge is that you're facing, right? But you really need to get to a point and find ways that work for you to get to that point where you can think creatively and objectively, and ask yourself strong questions instead of what brought me here, or why am I here, or why is nobody doing this, why is nobody buying my programs. Think of what can I do to engage my following more, what can I do to invite more people into sales conversations with me or into phone calls with me, what can I do to connect with my audience in a deeper way, so that um, responding to my emails, responding to my posts is, second nature for them. It's something that they do easily without me having to prod and push, right? Truly look at all angles of the challenges that you face, or all angles of the, or look at the goals that you're trying to achieve, and all the different ways that you can skin that cat, all the different ways that you can bring this about. Maybe there's something that you haven't explored, right? How can you get to a place of creativity where you open up yourself to these other ideas, these other possibilities that can support your growth, or that can support getting you from stuck to unstuck, right? Ask yourself questions that will stir up ideas that you can implement to get through your challenge, right? So creativity is number two in terms of the qualities of a good leader. One of the ways that you can truly step into your leadership and own your role as a leader, right? The ability to be creative, to say that, all right, this is the way that we usually, let's just say you're in a money crunch and you have your programs and the usual way that you make money, the usual way that you like to work, right? But if the objective is to bring in cash, and there's other ways that you can do that, maybe not the best way that you like to work, but it would accomplish the objective until you're able to get to a point where money is not tight and you can bring in the clients to work with in the way that you much prefer. Maybe it means offering this other service, which is a little bit more labor intensive, a little bit more out of you, but it accomplishes the goal to get you out of that money crunch, so that you can not be bogged down with the bills and the things that money has to buy, because the money has come in, and now you can open up to be more creative on the things that you can do to bring in more of those right fit clients for those right fit programs that you prefer to deliver, which is really in line with what your company does. These are your programs, and that's the way that you want to serve. You'll be able to bring in more clients after you can, really have time to really get creative as to what you can do to bring in more of those people. Does that make sense? So that was number two, creativity. Number three is, in terms of being able to step into your leadership and own your role as a CEO, is self-regulation, right? Controlling those emotions, limiting those distractions, and really being disciplined, right? We tend to get, our emotion, and I've been there again. I'm saying all of these to share that I've been there too, but I'm aware of it now, and I've worked on these things, and I have better ways that I'm able to. My phone was ringing. I have better ways that I'm able to deal with these things that can throw me off track or try to derail me. So, I've seen the numbers drop on my email list. I've seen the numbers drop on my Facebook group. I've seen people come on my live stream and then leave the live stream. I've seen people come on my Zoom trainings and then just leave. No explanation, no apologies saying, oh, I have another meeting, just drop off. I have gotten no's on sales conversations. I have been disappointed where I've sent out proposals for deals that I thought I would land and I didn't, right? All those things have happened. And I've learned to control the emotion that comes with that, knowing that the no's that I receive is not necessarily a no to me. That person is saying a no to themselves and their development after being presented with an opportunity that can get them to a better place in their business. That person is saying no to that experience that I've offered, that I've put on the table, that may be a great fit for them, but because of their own issues that they're working through, either things are tight with money or they're not managing money correctly, or they too could be being short-sighted and not thinking that, okay, yes, I have to make this investment now, and an investment that I don't necessarily have in the business right now, but I know that if I make this investment and I get the support, then I'll be at a place financially that I want to be in my business, right? So when they say no to me, it could be that they're dealing with those very issues that many business owners deal with. It's not, to me, it's not about me. It's not that they don't like me, although I'm sure that there's people that don't like me. But I get those no's that come in. It's for whatever reason that's going on with that person, and it could be things that I'm doing. It could be that I'm not selling the offer correctly. I'm not selling the perks of the offer. I'm not coming across as the person that can deliver this offer or deliver these results, right? So those are things that I need to work on as well, right? But self-regulating means controlling those emotions and doing what you need to do, showing up anyway, still asking for the sale as many times as possible, getting as many people as possible on the phone calls, doing your live streams, sending out the emails, knowing that, yeah, with each email that you send, every email that I send, I get unsubscribes. Every single email, right? It's going to happen, right? There's people that may have signed up that have started a business and decided that they went on back to a career, or they went in a different direction, or they signed up for my list and then they started working with another coach and they wanted to focus on what they're getting from that coach and not be distracted, because they're also limiting distractions, and so they've unsubscribed. And that's fine. That has nothing to do with me. I do the same. I unsubscribe from lists. I say no to coaches. I don't open emails. I don't take the call to action, right? So it goes both ways. So being able to self-regulate those emotions and limit those distractions and stick to your decisions, being disciplined, is key as a leader of your business, right? Number 4 is to own your decisions and see them through with vigor, right? It's a good leader does that, right? As I mentioned at the beginning of this, they make quick decisions. And then when they make that decision, they own it and give it the support that it needs. I've said that many times here in this group before, right? When you make a decision, if you make a decision right now to buy a new car, you need to support that decision, right? This is a new car. This is a big investment for you, right? You need to do your part to make sure that you maintain it, right? That every 6 weeks or however often they suggest that you're changing the oil so that it continues to run like new. Because one of the things that can have an engine deteriorate is not keeping it serviced. So you have to support this decision that you've made to buy this new car by doing what you can to keep it, as new as possible. Things will deteriorate anyway, but you want to continue to give that car the support it needs to stay in tip-top shape and to have your investment be worth it. The payments that you're going to be making each month to maintain, to keep that car or to pay for that car, you really want for that investment to be worth it, right? If you invest in a coach, then you need to do what it takes to make sure that you show up for the cause that you have with the coach where they're supporting you. You are utilizing the material and you're taking action. You have to support that decision. You can't make the investment and then walk away or neglect the responsibilities of what it takes to own that investment and then cry whenever you don't get a return, right? You need to give it support, right? Hi, Lexia. Thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, right? So you have to own the decisions that you make and see them through. Money decisions, investment in time and energy, investment in team, right? Make them quick and own it. And if you see if there's a point, it depends on the kind of decision it is. If there's a way to, if you need to course correct and possibly cut that investment. Let's just say you invested in software like ClickFunnels. I'll tell you a true story. I invested in ClickFunnels last year, and it was working fine for me. And I was committed to that investment, making my payments every month. I was on the $97 per month level. And I had some hiccups with a recent event that I hosted that was on uh, um, being staged through the ClickFunnels software. And I did an assessment or a reassessment of this investment and how it was serving me, and decided that for the money that I'm paying and for the hiccups that I'm having, I'd rather go with another software that provides a similar service that is takes less money, and hopefully I'm in it right now. We'll see how things play out. Hopefully has less hiccups. So I had to, I made that decision and I committed to it, and I was using it, the software, and I was doing what it takes. But then I had to look over that, I sat on as a CEO, looked at what it was doing for me, looked at the pros and cons, money wise as well as functionality, and decided that, you know what, I'm going to switch to Lead Pages for now and see how that works for me. And I did. And the Lead Pages, I think I'm paying $47 per month, right? So I've owned my decisions, and I've given them the support that they need. And then if I have to, I relook at what I'm doing and see where I need to course correct, right? So that's number 4. Number 5 is, in terms of the characteristics that will help you to step into your leadership role and own it as a CEO, right? Is to embrace your investments in coaching, team support, tech, and all things necessary for your business with structure, focus, purpose, and en route to achieving big success and growth. I read that word for word. Let me read it again. I read that word for word from my notes. So embracing your investments in coaching, these are all necessary investments as a CEO. Coaching, team support, right? A VA, an online business manager, possibly, bookkeeper, um, Facebook ads manager, if that's a part of your strategy, whatever the case might be, copywriter, etc. Right? Tech, I just mentioned my investment in ClickFunnels, right? And whatever is necessary to support your business structure, and then embrace those investments and embrace those investments that help you with your business structure and support your business journey to success and growth, right? Because all those that I mentioned are necessary to your business's success and growth, right? So these are necessary investments that get you to the next level and will keep you moving forward. And you have to embrace them. I love paying my team. I did an event in May, and I hired my graphic designer to do all the graphics for the landing page and all the promotional material. And she's great. And I got so many compliments from my colleagues, not just people who participated in terms of signed up for the event, but even from my colleagues about how spectacular everything was. And I paid my team member with pleasure because she does great work. And she makes me look good, right? I gave her my brand board, copy, let her know what I'm trying to achieve. She comes back with some drafts. I approve or request changes, etc. Right? I embrace my investments in coach because they help me to see um, sometimes blind spots that I have, or they show me strategies that I may not have thought of, or I'm able to test things that work for them that may work for my community, my launches, my growth as well. Right? So these are investments that you have to make, that I make, and I embrace them because this is all par for the course for my journey and my growth. Right? Number 6, be quick to implement and forgiving of mistakes. Be quick to implement and forgiving of mistakes. And this is especially if you have a team as well. Right? Sometimes, or even in terms of how you execute or things that you're looking to bring about in your business, sometimes things don't go as planned. Sometimes, with all the best efforts, with all the best plans and everything laid out just right, you don't get the results that you hoped or thought that you would get. Right? But it's all data. And a coach shared this with me. It's all, anything that doesn't work out, your failed, quote unquote, failed launches are not necessarily failed launches. They're just data about a way of doing things that may not have been the best way, or a way of doing things that maybe needs to be worked on, tweaked a little bit, perfected, so that the next time you launch that same plan after making those tweaks, it will reap better numbers and be more effective. It's just data. It's intelligence, right? As they say in the movies, right? So be quick to implement and forgiving of those mistakes or things that didn't work out as planned, and just learn from it and see what you can do to make it better. And finally, number 7 is to plan. Right? To truly step into your role as a CEO, as a leader, is to embrace planning. Planning your business and even planning your life. More planning equals more clarity, more preparedness for the unexpected and the expected, and less reactive tactics, which can hold your business back. When you plan ahead and you structure things in your business, you have more clarity on what you're looking to do, more clarity on what things to focus on, and knowing where to, how to position the blinders, what you should be focusing on and what you shouldn't be focusing on, right? I feel safer in a planned strategy, knowing that the day-to-day setbacks, I can accept them more, knowing that I have a quarterly goal that I'm looking to achieve, and the day-to-day setbacks are minor as it relates to the gains that I'm making towards that quarterly goal, because of a well thought out, well planned, well structured plan that I'm executing. Oops, I just closed my window, right? So, and I mentioned this too in the masterclass that I shared. If you want to watch the replay of the masterclass, it's pinned right now in the Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube or my Facebook page and you're not in the group, join us there. It's the Passionate, Purposeful, and Powerful Entrepreneurs. And the masterclass is the pinned post. Very powerful masterclass. And I shared about planning, right? So for instance, I did another masterclass last year where I shared how I was able to triple my email list, double my Facebook group size, and bring on rockstar clients, quite a number of clients within 3 months. And in that plan, right, I laid out a plan which I executed and was able to reap these results, right, over the course of 3 months. And it took some investment ahead of time, before the plan came to fruition, before any of those clients came in, before subscribers came on board, before new persons joined my group. It required a plan. It required investments, right? I had to invest in team. I had to invest in software. I had to invest time and energy to stage that event, to put all the moving, organize all the moving pieces for that event to take place, so that I could bring in subscribers, so that I could bring in the new members in my group, so that I could bring on the new clients. Team was paid all along the way, every single week, before the money came in to justify the spend. Software was paid for, collateral was paid for, time and energy doing the things, reaching out to people, making calls, hosting interviews, etc. Right? This is a kind of planning and long-term thinking that CEOs have, right? And again, as opposed to, as I mentioned in the beginning, if you're talking brick and mortar here, um, retail chains, etc., some mega bucks are spent before any money, any return is seen. In the online space, in your coaching business, in our, I'm talking right now, I'm sure, to persons with coaching, consulting, and service-based businesses. So our business is a little bit forgiving in terms of the things that we need to buy with money before we see a return, right? But it's still monies that we have to spend, and it's still, we have to find that money to spend in order to see the return. But when you plan, right, as a CEO, sometimes these plans take some time to materialize and to have you see the kind of results that you'd like to see, right? But when you have that plan in place, and you know that things, because it gives you also, it also supports your faith, because you know that, well, this is a plan. I know that, right now it looks like we're losing money, but we're working the plan. And when we get to, if you lay things out and you plan it out, and you use your spreadsheets or whatever you have at your avail, you can say, okay, yeah, things are slow right now. We're leaking money right now. We're maintaining this loan right now. But based on what we're doing, and when things are targeted or projected to come to fruition, we will be able to pay back and recoup these losses that we're experiencing day to day or week to week, right? So get used to planning, and embrace it, and plan for the things that you're looking to bring about in your business, right? So those are the 7 traits, the 7 ways that I encourage you to truly step into your role as a leader and as the CEO of your business. Which of those resonated with you? Which of those do you feel that you have to check in with or give more attention to in order to achieve your goals, right? And we're all friends here, especially if you're in the Facebook group. It is you're in a safe space where you can comment on the live stream and share what, those vulnerable things, sharing that, I need to do this more, I need to do that more. You can go ahead and share that here in the group, and nobody will judge you. You'll get nothing but support, definitely from me, as well as the peers here in the group. So feel free to share that. I'd love to hear from you. And then I want to switch gears now and tell you a couple of things that you need to know so that you don't miss out. I made an announcement last Friday in the masterclass about my brand new program, which is called the Visibility, Impact, and Profit Accelerator Program. It's a 90-day program that will help you to get more visible, be seen as the leader in your niche, bring on more targeted leads, be able to build a relationship with those leads, and convert some of those leads into clients so that you can profit, right? It's a 4-module curriculum that will show you what you need to know to be able to do all those things. Grow your list, grow your community, nurture that community, and bring them on to a sale or or enroll them into your group coaching programs, right? You're going to be supported in that 90-day program because it's going to be very implementation focused. So you're going to learn and you're going to implement. And I've called it an accelerator because I want for you to actually see results within this 90-day period. And honestly, I feel that if you take action on what you learn, that you will actually walk away with clients by the end of these 90 days. So it is, you're going to be supported with a group kickoff strategy call that's going to help you and support you on what you need to be focused on over the 90 days in order to achieve your customized goal. So each person will get a chance to speak on that call. You'll be supported by weekly calls that I'm going to host, pretty much office hours calls where we will be able to discuss what you're working on. I can give you my feedback on the projects that you're working on, things that you implemented through the curriculum that you need some extra support on. You can get those questions answered on the call. And there will also be a private Facebook group where you'll be able to get additional support on from me. You'll be in the group where you can share what you're working on or share something for feedback and get my support there, as well as the support from your peers. Plus, you will be able to create friendships and possibly collaborations or strategic alliances with your peers in this Facebook group who are business owners, coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners on a similar journey to you. You'll also get access to monthly challenges that I'm going to be hosting to have you implement each key aspect of the curriculum that is geared towards helping you to achieve a certain result in your business, which has to do with visibility, generating leads, and uh, closing more sales, right? So I'd love to have you be a part of this program. Right now, we are at a phase in this program where I have created what I'm calling a priority notification list so that you can get on the priority notification list and be the first to know when the doors are open to the persons that are on this list. So the persons on the priority notification list will have an unencumbered phase or period over a few days where they alone will be able to sign up for the program, right, if they feel moved to do so, without it worrying about the bonuses getting taken up by other persons once I open the program to the public, right? So you definitely want to be on the notification list. Even if you're not quite sure you're going to sign up for the program, at least if you're on the list, you'll have that opportunity, right? So I'm going to share the link to the priority notification list with you, or rather to the page. I'll put it here in the comments section so that you can see the details of the program and sign up for the priority notification list. I also forgot to mention the bonuses. There are going to be 3 live expert training calls. These are the three of the bonuses that you're gonna have access to by colleagues of mine who are going to share with you in the areas of. One of the calls will be my friend and colleague Malika, who's going to be sharing on branding. She's a branding strategist and photographer. She's going to share with you how to become the face of your brand. The other is my friend and colleague Christy, who's going to share with you some productivity strategies specifically for solopreneurs, sharing with you 3 workflows that can help you to automate certain aspects of your business so that you don't have to micromanage it. And the other is my colleague and friend Jasmine Ray, who's going to be sharing with you some mindset, some NLP strategies and abundance strategies that will help you to get out of the way in your business so that you can bring on your ideal targeted clients, right? So those are going to be live calls. You're going to have access to them as well to ask questions afterwards in those calls. And the calls will be recorded so that you can have this and keep it and be able to refer back to it whenever you want. Even our weekly calls will all be recorded. And of course, the curriculum will be, you'll have your pre-recorded calls as well as your digital handouts, which will be yours to keep even after the program is over. You'll also get access. One of the bonuses that you'll get access to my plug and play templates and scripts that I have used for different things like nurturing my audience, following up with my audience, sales calls sequences to get people to show up for my calls, as well as to follow up with them after the call. My onboarding, my onboarding sequence in terms of how I bring on new clients to create a great customer experience and more. You'll get access to those files so that you can tweak it and customize it for your own, for your benefit and as it relates to your business, right? You'll get access to my 10x Your Visibility workshop, which is a 3-hour pre-recorded training, as well as my sought after and booked coaching program, which is a 5-module video training along with digital handouts. And the other bonus, and this is for the persons that are on the priority notification list, right? I have 10 spots only where I'm going to be giving you private one-on-one customized coaching as to what you need to, what your plan or how your plan will unfold over the 90 days that you're involved, that you're part of this program. That bonus is only available to the first 10 people who join the program. So you'll get access to that if you're on the priority notification list. So in order to get access to that, as I said, go ahead and sign up. You can click the link in the comment section here that I just posted in the comment section. And you'll see the details of the program, as well as a button for you to sign up for the priority notification list. As soon as the doors open for you to be able to sign up for the program, you'll be able to do so because you'll be the first to know. And like I said, you'll have access to signing up for a few days, and then I'll open it to my wider community, which is in the high 4 figures, right? So that's the Visibility Impact and Profit Accelerator. I just announced yesterday the winner of the scholarship for that program from the challenge that we hosted last week, and it's Robin. And she's in there already she's in the private Facebook group, kind of feeling her way around, and I would love to welcome you to that space as well. So first thing or next thing that you need to do is click the link here in the comment section. If you don't see it, I can post it again. To see the details of the program, all that it entails, as well as sign up for the priority notification list. You want to do that right away, all right? If you have any questions about what I shared today in terms of stepping into your role as a leader, if you have any questions around about the Visibility Impact and Profit Accelerator program, send me a private message or send me an email, info@stephanietreasure.com. I'll be happy to get that answered for you. And I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully to see you on the inside of the Accelerator program. All right? Take care for now. Bye.